at the Black Track Homestead in the morning. Hi. Welcome back to Black Track Homestead. How are y'all today out in YouTube land on this beautiful overcast Sunday morning? This is the day the Lord has made, and we're going to rejoice and be glad in it. So let's give some chickens, some maters, and cracked corn, and see if we can get them to eat out of my hand. The chicks are getting closer to me every day, and the chicks we now are pretty sure are both females, so they're both hens because we see no sign of a comb. And their names are Marva and Betty, also named for characters from the movie The Lost Skeleton of Cadavera. Betty is the smaller one, and Marva is the larger one. Or as we define it, the skinny face and the wide face. Or the brave chick and the scared chick. But now it's Betty and Marva, yay! Marva's the planet the aliens come from, and Betty is the professor who does science wife. Hello, y'all are eating the maters from yesterday? You eating maters? Uh-oh, I left my phone. You gonna get some cherry maters this morning. I don't know how to get chickens to come to me. Here, Betty. Betty. Here, Betty, girl. Here, Betty, girl. Come here, Betty, Betty. Come here. Make it rain.
Make it rain, honey.
She laid an egg.
Make that corn rain.
Lattice. See any cars here? Nope, Lattice ran away too. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, I know why she's not bored. Okay, never mind. I figured it out.
So how do you feel about the chickens?
I love my chickens.
Okay.
I just wish that I could get them to like me. Nobody will eat out of my hand. I'm pretty sure they
Not
know.
yet.
I'm pretty sure they know good things come from me. But like the cracked corn and the fruit, tomatoes and whatnot, but I don't know, they're not as scared as they were. But they've definitely grown. Look how big they are. They seem like they're almost as big as lettuce. They're not, but it seems that way sometimes when I look at them.
She left us an egg this morning.
Yeah, no, I see her
Yeah,
beautiful egg, her
okay.
little peach egg. Thank you, Lattice, for your egg. You laid the most beautiful little chicken egg.
What about the quail?
What about the quail? They're gonna get some cracked corn and some tomatoes too.
Okay.
On my way there.
Do you love the quail?
And I love the quail. I really
Okay.
do. I really do. I think they're pretty awesome.
They left us an egg too.
Really?
Yeah, we got an egg. It must have laid yesterday or early this morning.
Yeah, that's weird. Because usually they lay in the evening.
Yeah. These guys eat good.
They love their cracked
They get
corn.
tomatoes, cracked corn. What do we feed our chickens? Everything?
We feed them, I've fed them bolted lettuce, I've fed them tomatoes, peaches, you know, all stuff from that we've grown that is, you know, on its way out, or I have a bunch of watermelon runs, a lot of watermelon runs, especially in the evening when it's really like sunny right here. They love that, cold watermelon runs. Yeah, so they get a lot of scraps. The rabbits ate peaches. It was pretty dang awesome, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right, let's give these quails some maters and some tractor pointing. Hey, for once I don't have to check their water because you just did it. Hello, my den quails. We need names for our girl. We need a name to call the girl quail.
They all look the same.
Yeah, I know, but we call all the boys Dan, except for Cricket. And yeah, we need. If y'all have any ideas of what we could refer to the girl quail as, that would be pretty darn cool. So comment below for what we should call the girl quail. Yeah. You're not chickens.
They like the crack corn too, huh?
Oh yeah. I see that egg over there.
Yep, that's the egg I was talking about.
Try not to get it in the water. Uh-oh, got some Action Jackson going on over there.
I said we call them Roxanne's.
Roxanne, you don't have to turn out the red light. Or is it turn it on? Turn on the red. I don't know.
Character's name.
Should I bust them open or do you
I'd bust them open.
You do?
I would. Yeah, I got a knife on me.
I got scissors.
Uh-oh.
Hey. Some of these boys still fought. We need.
Yeah, I know, but there's not many of them, and it usually don't last very long.
No.
Next couple weeks, we'll have meat birds.
Yep. We gotta build another home.
Yeah, we can get that done.
'Cause they'll be moving out in about 2 weeks.
I wonder if we can get them to live with the chickens.
I don't think so.
I tried.
Tempting to give to the rabbits because that's a really
Okay,
good
that's a
one.
nice one. So what kind of stuff do we got in the garden we gotta get, you think?
I got a bunch of tomatoes. I've got some butternut squash. Some sorghum.
Sorghum?
Maybe some ground cherries because the caterpillars have went on to their next stage of life and I've actually got to eat a few. Which is pretty awesome. See those?
It's kind of chilly this morning, I
Yep.
think.
It is. It really is. It feels like fall. It was hard to decide whether or not we should put a jacket on. All right.
What was that?
That was a bird over there.
That was weird.
Chicken.
It's a crazy noise.
All right. Enjoy your breakfast snack. Later you'll get, or tomorrow we'll surely have some peaches to give you. We've got peaches now, but I mean, how much fruit do you need to give these birds? None if you don't want to.
It makes them taste better. Their eggs are better.
They're sweet.
Sweet eggs.
Folks, so after we did our chores and we did the quail and the chickens and gave the rabbits some forage and hay and all that lovely stuff, we then harvested our garden. So here we go. Let's take a look at it really quick. Battery's about to die. So here is what we harvested. We got this crazy split butternut squash that the vine grew into. Interesting. And then we have all this butternut squash and an unusually large honey nut squash with an unusual butternut squash. I think they're cute. And then there's the sorghum. Sorghum stalks to make syrup out of. We've not quite figured that out. But we gave some to the rabbits to chew on. And we have a ton of cherry tomatoes. Gonna share some of those with the family, I believe, and ferment some, and some yellow brandy ones, some pink ox hearts. I'm picking them a little a little on the underripe side because of that right there, bug damage. So there it is. There's our ox hearts finally. And then my green beans. So cool, so cool. So let's look at the garden. My garden is overgrown. It looks a little crazy. So consider this your last summer garden tour. Next garden tour will be a fall garden tour, which ripped out some plants today to kind of get ready to plant some cabbages and some peas and some, maybe not more beans because my beans are just now starting to come on, but you know, brassicas and the like. And we gotta have a place to plant them because this is nuts, my friends. There it is. It's a jungle out there. There is all the giant volunteer butternut squash. Started way down there at the trellis, and now it's up here. It has climbed over a Mr. Stripey plant, which I pulled out today. A Cherokee purple tomato plant, which I can't find the bottom of, so I haven't pulled it out today. I'm gonna let these cherry tomatoes do their thing. Still setting blossoms, still setting fruit. Even though they're on the ground, they're still producing. I have lost a lot to stink bugs and caterpillars, and there's a big old cricket. And see all those on the ground? Those are all from bug damage, and there goes the big cricket. Big cricket! And yeah, so that is the front of the garden, which is a jungle. And the sorghum, which is way up there, it's looking really good. We've harvested some, as you can tell, and I showed you that. Very tall stalks. And our sunflowers, second round of sunflowers are opening up. Aren't they beautiful? Beautiful, beautiful. And then our beans climbed the sunflower, so that's pretty awesome. And then there's the rest of the beans. Beans, beans, beans. There's a bean I missed. Look, you can always find more beans. I'm telling you, you'll never get them all. And sick tomato plants, sick squash plants. You can so tell that this is the end of the season. These little bush beans are coming back. They're producing a few little beans again. And my really sick mortgage lifter, I think it's blight, but I'm going to leave it because I want at least the fruit that's on it to blush, because that's like my favorite tomato this year. This little saladette stripey plant, which is another bean, which has not really done what I expected it to do because it just set these small fruit. It's sickly. We're going to pull it out as soon as I decide to, which I'm kind of letting it go. And then this is the brandywine plant. It is really, really sick. Sick. But yet again, gonna let that fruit blush and then I'll pull it. The Amish paste tomato is now gone. It finished up. See the bug damage on the mortgage lifter. That is what's happening and why I'm pulling them before they're ripe. So yeah, a lot of sick plants, but the beans still look good. I planted them so late, you know. Okay, squash borers have visited this plant, this winter squash, butternut squash plant. It is like terribly, terribly sick. And then down here is my ground cherries, which took over after the squash borers took out the yellow crooked neck squash. See right there's some yellow crooked neck squash damage from the borer, beetles, bugs, whatever. And yeah, a lot of good ground cherries are up now. I'm finally getting to eat some. I got some in my basket up there. They're delicious, very mango-y. These are Aunt Ruby's, or is it Aunt Ruby's ground cherries? It's Aunt Molly's ground cherries. So, as you guys know, we planted our corn late, but it is putting on some ears. Yeah. So check this out. Well, and as we pass, the second round of zinnias I planted, and sunflowers, and a marigold that's still not bloomed. Check this out. This is a shoe peg variety of corn. It is called the Country Gentleman, and there it is. There is a cob of corn. It's pretty awesome. Here's another little corn cob. And we got it everywhere, all over. I mean, some of these down here have little cobs. They're a little small. The plant themselves, I think they didn't get quite enough sun on this side. But yeah, they're doing good. And here is a ladybug. Yay. And so those crazy wasps my husband was telling me about. So yeah, that's the corn. So yay, we haven't grown corn since probably 2010. There's another ear. So I'm excited to grow corn. And then there's another squash. And we have another sugar pumpkin coming. It's a little smaller than the other ones, but it's up here somewhere. I saw it. I know I did. Where did I see it? There it is. So that'll be number 6 for sugar pumpkins off this one plant. So that's pretty awesome. So there is your last shot of the summer garden. Next time you see it, hopefully there'll be more cattle panel trellises up in this area, and some peas and beans and all kinds of brassicas growing, collard greens, you know, just a bunch of beautiful things to eat. That's what we like, beautiful things to eat, or ferment and eat. I love to ferment. Yeah. So let's look at these flowers. I got a really pretty sunflower over here that I'm in love with. Wish all of the orange ones had turned out like this one. It is just so dark and so beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that flower. It's beautiful. But yep, that's the flower side to the garden over here. And yeah, that's gonna be our video for today. I'm gonna go over here and grab Chris so he can say goodbye. Don't forget, we have a P.O. Box now. That is P.O. Box 1002, Weaverville, North Carolina, 28787. And that is in the description. We also have a website now, and that is blackpackhomestead.wordpress.com. So be sure to check that out. It's all down in the link. It's all down in the description box below. So don't forget to check out the description box. You never know what you'll find. You know, I put a lot of links to folks we talk to and about on the channel and all that good stuff. So yeah, so let's go get Chris and close this one out. I hope you enjoyed seeing the animals this morning and seeing the last of the summer garden. Next time you see it, it'll be the fall garden, and it won't look like a jungle, thank the Lord. That tomatoes falling over and volunteer squashes growing up. Yes, it worked. We have squash and we have tomatoes, but it was hard to walk through, and I probably stepped on a lot of tomatoes, stepped on a lot of squash vines, but you know, it is what it is. We got some food, and that's what matters. So you have anything to add, sweetheart?
Like and subscribe.
Comment. We love your comments. Share our videos on your social media so more people know about our videos. We'd greatly appreciate that. And remember, today is the day the Lord hath made, so rejoice and be glad in it. And we thank you for watching and hanging out with us today, and we'll see you here next time at the Black Pack Homestead. God bless, and bye-bye.